Assalamualaikum and good day to all. You are with me, Cikgu Azrul in Mathematics Year 4. Okay, today we're starting new topic based on the main topic, time. Okay, today I will teach you about subtraction of time. Okay, we'll start now. You look at the picture shown there. This girl said, I visited both states in 6 days. Sarawak, 3 days, 4 hours. Sabah didn't mention how many days, how many hours. Okay. We look at the question. How long was Nancy in Sabah? Okay, this girl's name Nancy. How long she stayed in Sabah? She said, I have visited both states in 6 days and spent 3 days, 4 hours in Sarawak. So, we write the equation, mathematical equation first. 6 days subtract with 3 days, 4 hours. Okay, how to solve it? Okay, we separate between day and hours. First, 6 day minus by 3 day, 4 hour. Okay. First thing first, put 0 above 4. Make sure there's number above to be subtract. Okay, first 0 subtract by 4 cannot be done. We are borrowing from 6. 6 become 5. And we take 1. Okay, if you write 1 on hour after take from days, this is wrong. You are taking 1 day. 1 day is equal to 24 hours. First, convert 1 day to 24 hours. Subtract the unit of hour. Okay, 1 day is 24 hours. So we write in hour to subtract 4 24. It's better to cancel the 0 here. Okay, now 24 hours can subtract by 4. You got the answer 20, and 5 days subtract by 3 days, you got 2 days. Okay, so the answer here 2 days and 20 hours. Okay, now we look at the next example. The question here is 4 days 2 hours subtract with 1 day 16 hours and subtract with 1 day 9 hours. Okay, we must solve one by one. First, 4 days 2 hours subtract with 1 day 16 hours. Okay. 2 subtract by 16 cannot be done, so borrow from 4 days. 4 cancel become 3. We're taking 1 day. 1 day is equal to 24 hours. Okay, because there is from the start have 2 hours, 34 add with 2 become 26. So we cancel the 2 here. Now 36 can subtract by 16. You got 10, and 3 minus by 1, you got 2. Okay, you got the first. You get the answer for the first subtraction. 4 days, between 4 days 2 hours and 1 day 6 hours. There is another question to be subtract, 1 day 9 hours. So we bring 2 days 10 hours to be subtract. To subtract with 1 day 9 hours. Okay, 10 subtract with 9, you got no 1. 2 minus 1, you got 1. Okay, now you got 1 day and 1 hour. Look back at the question there. The answer 1 in hours. So 1 day 1 hour is equal to 24. 1 day equal to 24 hours, and add with the 1 hour from the answer. So the answer is 25 hours. Okay. Okay, look at the next example. The question is 5 weeks 2 days subtract with 6 days, and the answer in weeks and days. Okay, now we write the standard writing method, but separate between week and days. Okay, 5 weeks 2 days subtract with 6 days. Okay, 2 subtract 6 cannot be done, so we're borrowing from 5. 5 become 4. We are borrowing 1 week. 1 week equals 7 days. Now 7 days and already exists number 2 days. Okay, 7 and 2 become 9. 9 days. So the number 2 here we cancel it. The remaining is 9. 9 subtract with 6 become 3 days. And week, we just write down the number 4. Okay, the answer for this question is 4 weeks 2 days. Sorry, 4 weeks 3 days. Okay, next example, 4 weeks subtract with 6 weeks 2 days and subtract 5 days. Okay, we are separating week and days. First 8 week subtract by 6 week 2 days. Okay, because the number on day we should add 0 there. Okay, 0 subtract by 2 cannot be done, so borrowing from 8. 8 becomes 7 and we are borrowing 1 week. 1 week is equal to 7 days. We put 7 days on there. Okay, 7. Cancel the 0 there. Okay, 7 minus by 2 or subtract by 2 become 5. Then 7 subtract by 6 become 1. The answer for first question, 8 weeks subtract by 6 week 2 days is 1 week 5 days. Okay, the question didn't finish yet because you have to subtract 5 days. Okay, now being inside. Okay, the question is 1 week 5 days. The answer for the first subtraction, subtract by 5 days. Okay, 5 days subtract by 5 become 0. 1 week we write 1. Okay, now the answer is 1 week 0 days. But look at back the question. The answer 1 in days. As I stated before, 1 week equals 7 days. So the answer 1 week is 7 days. So the answer here, the answer for this question, 8 weeks subtract by 6 weeks 2 days and subtract by 5 days is equal to 7 days. Okay, we are going to next slide. Okay, on this part, you're learning how to subtract from year with years and months. From years and months. Okay, the question here, 10 years 7 months subtract with 1 year 9 months. We are performing the standard writing method. Between year and month, we write according the place the separation between year and month. 10 years 7 months subtract by 1 year 9 months. Okay, 7 subtract by 9 cannot be performed, cannot be done. So month must borrow from year. So we're cancelling 10 year, become 9 year. Okay, we are borrowing 1 year. 1 year is equal to 12 months. Okay, 12 months. Add with the question there. 7 months. So it become 19 months there. So cancel the 7 there. Now only 19 subtract by 9 for months. So here is 10. 9 years subtract by 1 year become 8. For this part, the answer is 8 years and 10 months. We are going to next slide. Okay, look at the question here, between decades and years. The question is 20 decades 3 years subtract with 4 years and then subtract by 5 decades and 8 years. Okay, we solve between 20 decades 3 years and 4 years. Subtract by 4 years first. Between decade and year, 20 decades 3 years subtract by 4. Okay, 3 years cannot subtract by 4, so borrowing from 20, 20 become 19. We are borrowing 1 decade. Okay, 1 decade is equal to 10 years. Okay, now already year is 3. 10 with add with 3 become 13 years. So we write for year become 13. And cancelling the 3 have been right there before. Now 13 subtract by 4 become 9. And the remaining decade is 19. So the answer for first subtraction is 19 decades and 9 years. The question didn't finish. You must subtract with 5 decades and 8 years. So we bring it on the side to solve it. Decade and year. We write back 19 decades and 9 years. Subtract by 5 decades and 8 years. Years by years can be subtract. 9 subtract by 8 you got the answer 1. 19 subtract by 5, you got 14. So the answer for this question is 14 decades and 1 years. Okay, we are going to next slide. The question here is between centuries and years. 3 centuries, 20 years, subtract by 1 century, 36 years. The answer in century and years. So you write the in standard writing method between century and year. 3 century, 20 year, subtract by 1 century and 36 year. Okay, 20 subtract by 36 is better. You are taking 1 century first. Okay, we are cancelling 3. 3 become 2 century. And we are taking out 1 century. 1 century equal to 100 years. Okay, convert 1 century to 100 year. And then we add with the 20 year here. Become 120 years. Cancel the 20 year from the question. Okay, now only 120 years subtract by 36 year. You can perform the standard subtraction. 120 subtract by 36, you got 84 years. And century, 2 subtract by 1, you got 1. So the answer is 1 century and 84 years. That's all the example from textbook of subtraction of time. I hope you can perform, you understand how to subtract time. Okay, thank you. I'll see you on another topic later. Okay, bye.